What's good, everybody? My name is Alckemy. Welcome to the channel. Today we are going to be learning how to make this sound. It's a physical modeling aspect, and before I go any further, I definitely have to give credit to data-broth. If you haven't checked out his channel, please do so, because he is the person that inspired this kind of patch. And thanks to our awesome Discord, this patch is already available for free via our Discord community pack season 2. So go get it, but I advise you to at least stick around for the video. And if you're not going to stick around, then like the video or something. Yeah. Okay. We got a giveaway going on. You guys already know about that. It's a sub pack when we get to 10K, but let's go ahead and talk about how to do this. The key aspect to making all this stuff work is actually the slice EQ. Now, these two are actually resonant at the same places, and they're key tracked, which I'll get into a little bit more detail here in the future. But this kind of thing helps create these really cool resonances that kind of give off the aspect of physical modeling in the first place. And if you didn't know what physical modeling is, I didn't know what it was, but it's kind of trying to replicate things that you might hear in real life as opposed to just being like some kind of synthesis ideal or something. So yeah, anyway, let's go ahead and turn everything off, and I'll kind of tell you what I did. And then that will kind of help you go on and get this kind of like cool timbre and stuff too. But this is like the main thing within physical modeling in general. So the first thing that I did was I added an analog, and this is just a sine wave at 5%. It's super quiet. I don't even think that you can hear that. Yeah, especially not over my keyboard. Okay, so the next thing that we have is a really quiet white noise. And you can see here that we've got an envelope on this that's got a little bit of attack and a kind of medium decay. It's just kind of like a shaker, right? So that's kind of where all the magic happens, ironically, because what we kind of want to do whenever we open up a slice EQ is we want to kind of pick random points at arbitrary and make ourselves our custom comb filter. Now, the reason why the tonality sounds like this is because I kind of picked these points that are resonant in arbitrary places. However, if you want something that's going to be a little bit more quote unquote tuned, then what you would try to do is grab these resonant points and place them along the lines of something that would line up with C as you add your key tracking. So if you wanted to play something that would kind of have a bunch of minor harmonics, quote unquote, and you would kind of use the little icon at the bottom to see what it is that you're playing and kind of line that up accordingly, if that makes sense. So the thing with this too, though, is that if you only have one, it's going to give you a little bit of a tail. So if you play this, then you can kind of hear that it does kind of have that. It's starting to sound a little bit more like it, but once we add the second one in, then it's going to be a little bit more clear. Now, as you can see here on the offset, I've added the note kind of in this range, and these two are the exact same, and this is just going to allow us to key track kind of as we go up. And that's kind of why I mentioned before, if you've got this kind of processing that if you line it up to be like when you play C, then the harmonics are going to line up to like C as the root note or something. It'll be a little bit more musical, but I kind of like doing stuff this way because it sounds just, it sounds cool to me. So yeah, and if you don't know how to do that, you just go and add a note, and you go here, and then you change the offset. And for me personally, I set this for whatever reason at F2 as the center, and then I turn the range all the way up. So that's kind of what that will give you. Now, pretty much that's most of the sound, and from here it's kind of just making it sound a little bit nicer and a little bit more thick. And so we've added some distortion right here, then some chorus to spread it out, then some more distortion, which is the saturator, and there's just hardly just a little bit of drive, and I guess yeah, that's pretty much it. So after that, we've got ourselves a comb filter. This is set pretty much at an F, and I guess I have it up all the way. And then finally, to give us that nice kind of tail end, we are adding some reverb at the very end. And there's your PlayStation 2 menu sound. So, I mean, yeah, after that, you can add a limiter. This is just kind of to help us protect our ears because this can kind of get loud. You do want to be careful when you're doing super crazy resonances like this because sometimes you might get something that's like ridiculously loud. But other than that, that's pretty much all you have to do in order to get some cool physical modeling aspects. And again, big thanks to data-broth for teaching me how to kind of do this stuff on one of his videos. I find that one of the coolest things about our community is that we've got a bunch of information sharing. And of course, like I have to give credit to him for showing me this, but sometimes it might be useful to kind of have our own interpretation or kind of to explain things in my own words, and that's why I feel comfortable with putting a video up like this. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. This is one of my favorite sounds that I've ever made, so I had to do a video over it, and I will see you guys in the next one. Subscribe!